Okay, hi. This is number two. This is the second installment. This is really rough, I know. I didn't even put on the light today because I think the light's a little bit nicer without that round light that you can see in my glasses. If you've been on Zoom meetings, you know what that's like when you're looking. You're like, what's that round thing in people's glasses? And you realize everybody now has that donut light. Whoever made the donut light has made a fortune during the pandemic. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, because you have to set it aside and sort of let it clabber. Do you know that word, clabber? It's what's on top of buttermilk. My grandfather, who loved buttermilk, he used to crumple day old cornbread in ice cold buttermilk and spoon it out and eat it. That was like his favorite snack. Maybe I'll make cornbread at some point. I'll try in honor of Pop. In fact, he used to call, I know this is not politically correct, but he would see cellulite on women's legs and call them clabber legs. She got clabber legs. Sorry. But that's what my grandfather used to say. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put half a cup. I'm using, you could use buttermilk, in fact, for this. It might taste good, but I'm using 2% milk. It's half a cup of this. I should have, in the future, I'm gonna have a lot of this prepared beforehand, so I don't have to talk. Because I don't know what I'm gonna say when I start, but because who the hell knew I was gonna talk about clapper legs? Excuse me, I'm gonna duck down here. Wait just a minute. And we're gonna zest the lemon in here. It calls for like a tablespoon of zest, but because I'm an addict, a recovering addict, I always overdo things. So I'm gonna put a zest of a whole lemon in here, and I might even put a little bit more in there. The first time I did this with that other cake, it was very lemony because I put more of the lemon juice in than it called for and more of the zest. God, this smells good. Ooh, it smells good. My grandmother, let's give her some equal time. My grandparents raised me. I don't know if you know my story. My parents died consecutive deaths when I was a child. It's the part of my narrative I hold on to because it won't let go of me. When I was 7, my father was killed in an automobile accident. My mother died of esophageal cancer when I was 8. And our grandparents, my little brother and sister and I, were raised by my maternal grandparents way out in the country. I've thought about them a lot lately because I've sort of become them. They lived off Social Security. They talked about Medicare a lot when we first moved in with them because it was 1964 and it just had happened. And I just turned 65 and I got Medicare and I'm thinking about them a lot. I just am. So, yeah. I'm hoping this is still filming because it's not bright. But I see myself on it, so let's see. Yeah, it's still filming. Okay. Maybe I should plug the thing in. I told you this is raw. This is raw. So, you make this with the zest. I got that zest in there. Okay. There's one zest of lemon. And then you take this, same lemon. It's not easy to squeeze it out, but you do. You squeeze it in here. This calls for like a tablespoon or two tablespoons of lemon, but I'm gonna put like a fourth to half a cup in because I overdo things. But it tasted good the first time. Anyway, my grandmother, I never finished that. She made a lemon cake that I loved so much as a child. It was a sheet cake, it was called, I think. A sheet cake and a sheet pan. But it was from like Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines. She made her own lemon icing. Oh my God, it was so good. And so this reminds me of my grandmother. And Her best friend when I was growing up was named Matty, like my cat. The cat's name was Matador when I got her, but I call her Matty. She's a little black girl. And our maid, when we grew up, if you read my first book, Mississippi Sissy, you know her name was Matty. So not only is this Matty's raspberry lemon cake for my cat, but it's sort of Matty's raspberry lemon cake for Mom and Matty, because I think of Mom a lot when I eat anything lemony. She loved lemony. She even used lemon pledge. All right, so I'm gonna turn this off now. This is this segment, and I'm gonna prepare this, and maybe prepare something else so when I come back, it's already done and it's not so mashugana, which is a word my grandmother and Matty never used mashugana. Trust me. All right, but they did use sugar, which I will use when I come back.